It's never a waste of time to make time for the truth. A moment spent listening and paying attention to the truth can change your life. So let's take a moment for the truth. Psalms 119:40 says, "Behold, I long for your precepts. Revive me through your righteousness." It's not unusual for those outside of God's grace to misunderstand the righteousness of God. God is misconstrued at the extremes. And now there's no disagreement that evil and wrong exist. People might say, well, if God is so good, why is there evil in the world? They know that things are wrong, so they want things made right. Or on the other extreme, faced with their own guilt, they question how a good God can be so severe and punish harshly. So they appeal to mercy. Righteousness simply means that things are made right. It's the basis for justice. Things must be righted. Mankind just doesn't know how it can be achieved and still express mercy. Something has to give to make them both work. But for those who know God, the answer has been provided. Mercy has been displayed by God, but not at the expense of justice. Mercy has been displayed through justice in the cross of Jesus Christ. This has been revealed to us, but was only foreshadowed to the psalmist. This brings us to the current psalm. This section of verses has expressed the writer's need for assistance. The last verse expressed the fear of disgrace as well as trust in the judgments of God. How is that possible? Well, he knows the grace of God. And so it shouldn't surprise us that he says, I long for your precepts. Though he may not fully understand it, he recognizes that the instructions from God provide the way. The Lord has revealed that there is mercy in him. This is why the writer desires the Lord. He has found that the Lord can be trusted. What the writer expressed in verse 37 when he said, revive me in your ways, he asks again, but this time he asks to be revived through your righteousness. But how can a person be made newly alive in the righteousness of God? If God's justice comes upon everyone, how can anyone stand? Well, on their own, they can't. What we need is something that only God can provide. The righteousness of God can be experienced in one of two ways, by an individual. On our own, we are guilty and unable to defend or rescue ourselves from the justice of God. But God has provided a way, and Jesus said that he was that way. God loved the world, and this is how he did it. He sent his Son to satisfy the righteousness, the justice of God. And whoever would believe in him, who would trust in what he has done, that person would be rescued by the righteousness of God expressed in Christ Jesus. It may sound complicated, but actually it's simple enough for a child to understand. The saint of God longs for what God provides. For what God provides is rescue in his way of making things right. Give thanks to God today for his merciful righteousness. It only takes a moment, but it will be a profound moment that will matter. Thanks for watching and listening to Truth Matters Moment. Also, don't forget to look for our weekly podcast called Truth Matters. It comes out every Wednesday. Catch you later.